Now, the country is witnessing a historic moment in as far as the position of the deputy president is concerned. Now, we're looking at Gachagua's impeachment motion now before the Senate that will begin its debate on the matter this Wednesday. Gachagua has, of course, tried once, twice, three times to get the court's intervention, and that arm of government has exercised restraint in not interfering with the impeachment motion. But what exactly are we talking about? Since the promulgation of the 2010 Constitution, this is the first deputy president, of course, sitting in office that is facing an impeachment motion. Previous to that, before the 2010 Constitution, everyone who occupied that office since independence was referred to as a vice president. Let's look back in history to take a look at the vice presidents who served the shortest period, all right, in office. That's what we're talking about. Not those who were impeached, really. Some resigned. Of course, some just, left office, some died, but let's take a look at those vice presidents who served the shortest period in office since independence. All right, we start with Musalia Mudavadi, who is now serving as the Prime Cabinet Secretary. Musalia Mudavadi is now serving as the Prime Cabinet Secretary. He's also serving currently as the CS for Foreign and Diaspora Affairs, but he served as the Vice President between November 2002 and January 2003, and that is a total of 60 days, all right? Now, he served the most stint moment or period as the Vice President of Kenya. We're looking at him as the 7th Vice President in that regard of Kenya. Was appointed in October 2002, of course, to replace the late George Saitoti. But of course, that is just, as we look at it in a nutshell, 3 months in office for Musalia Mudavadi. Which other vice president served in one of the shortest period in office? Joseph Murumbi. He served for 120 days. That is Joseph Murumbi. That is from May to November 1966. Now, for Joseph Murumbi, his exit from office as vice president was a resignation. He resigned from office in November 1966. An announcement that was made at the time to be an account of ill health, and he withdrew from politics just like that. Which other shortest serving vice president in the Republic of Kenya? Kijana Wamalwa. On record, the late Kijana Wamalwa died while still in service in the office in the position of the vice president. He served for 232 days, that is in January all the way to August 2003. What is special about his term in office is that he died while in office, still serving as a vice president. Now, because of time, quickly let's just walk through. These are the shortest serving vice presidents in the Republic of Kenya just before we had our constitution promulgated in 2010. Josephat Karanja, he served for 1 year and 38 days between 1988 and 1989. But what stands out for Karanja is that he was fired. He did not resign, neither did he die. While in office, he was fired. And also, interestingly, the late George Saitoti was reinstated. This is during the Moi era. And we're looking at him as the 5th Vice President of the Republic of Kenya between 1988 and 1989. While some referred to him as the man in a hurry. Quite interesting, a man in a hurry. All right, one last vice president who served in the Republic of Kenya, the shortest period in office in as far as that is concerned, Jaramogi Odinga. For those who follow history, quite familiar because he was the first vice president. He served for 1 year and 123 days, quite accurate, between the year 1964 and 1966. It's a bit peculiar, his, of course, story, because the problem here was a working relationship with the founder of the independence and, of course, the first president of the Republic of Kenya, Mzee Jomo Kenyatta, and, of course, he actually resigned from office. Also, his resignation letter has been made public. It's in public domain until now. Now, if Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua is impeached, and that I mean through the Senate and the courts don't intervene as well, then he will be the first deputy president impeached since the promulgation of 2010 Constitution, and also the first shortest serving period in office. But of course, the president now, President Ruto, was the first deputy president of Kenya since the promulgation of 2010 Constitution. Now, it's very important that we also follow closely